Hi, folks. Welcome to another episode of Ferrum Wrestling 411. I'm your host, Gary Holden, Assistant AD and Sports Information Director. With me is wrestling coach Nate Yetzer.
What's up, Gary?
Nate, great weekend for you guys last weekend. Went out to the Pete Willson-Wheaton Invitational.
Right.
Guys ended up placing 10th overall as a team. 3 guys placed in the top 8. Last year you had 1 guy place.
Right.
Talk a little bit about the environment out there, the road trip, how everything went going out there.
For us, it's probably our toughest competition of the year. Besides regionals and the NCAA tournament.
A lot of Midwest schools.
Right. Yeah. It gives us a different look. I mean, there's Midwest schools. There's schools from the East Coast, New England schools, even Pacific out west, out in Oregon. They were there.
Really?
Yep. So it's a great for us. We don't see a lot of those teams throughout the year, so it's great for us to see those teams. I tried to set our schedule up this year to see, teams from the out west, teams in the Midwest, Ohio, Indiana, in Michigan, and then teams from the East, the York Invitational. We saw all the Eastern teams, so I think we got a wide. We've seen about every team we could possibly see.
All D3s, or?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. This year, I tried to get a lot more Division III teams on the schedule. Last year, we were kind of all over the place, so it was good. And it kind of hurt us at regionals a little bit, I think. So it's good this year to get out there and wrestle Division III schools so we can help seeding.
How does it hurt you? Is it that you don't get a chance to see who's out there? You get significant wins over guys?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I think it hurts us seeding-wise because we really don't have a leg to stand on seeding when we go to the seeding, the regional meeting, or the regionals. We have a seeding meeting the night before, and it's kind of hard to argue with seeds when our guys don't really have any head-to-head matchups.
Didn't see any of those.
Right,
guys.
exactly. Yeah.
So let's go straight down to the weight classes here. Obviously, your top finisher, 125 pounds, Robert Cunningham, got the number 2 seed.
Right.
Made it to the finals, scored himself a couple of pins. Had to get it, had a overtime tie break right out to get into the finals and everything. Talk a little bit about his performance.
He did a great job. He obviously second seed, but I'm not real sure how he got second seed. Guys, there's a couple guys who beat him the year before there that he had to beat. The guy in the semis he actually lost to last year. He had to step up and beat that guy this year. Did a great job. Had to beat him twice actually. As far as he gave up. He got an escape and then a takedown in overtime, and then he went. Then the other kid went down. He got an escape and then a takedown at the end, so they had to win it twice. Usually when you get escape takedowns, it should be over.
Right.
But he did a great job. Wrestled really sharp and got his weight under control. Did a great job. So I was proud of him.
You must be excited for him for the prospects down the stretch here.
Absolutely. I do think the score is pretty bad. The final, I think, lost by 8. But I do think we can cut that down significantly. He made a couple mistakes, and Robert's better when he sees a guy a second time around.
Sure. All right, the next weight class where you play somebody, you had 4th place finish at 197 pounds, Nick Rodriguez. Right. Unseeded, had to knock off a couple of seeded wrestlers to place 4th and everything. Talk about how he did.
Well, I think he was probably a bad draw for anybody, being unseeded. But he wrestled really hard. He's typical Nick, just wrestles really hard and wrestles smart. And set himself up for success. He hurt his knee in the quarterfinals. Hurt his knee pretty bad, and so it. I think it affected him in the semifinals a little bit. Really couldn't do a whole lot. The kid right now is just better than him. He's number 1 in the country.
That was the number 1 seed.
Right, and I think he had the kid out of Tech fall in the finals too. So it was really good. And I think it caught Nick a little off guard. Plus he was a little banged up, and then we were going to default him out to 6th place because his knee and. He said he wanted to wrestle, so then he went and beat the number 8 or 9 guy in the country. Pinned him.
Number 5 seed.
Yeah, 5 seed, but the guys like 8th or 9th in the country too. Pinned him. That was the second time he had to beat that kid in the tournament. And then he came back and we kind of took it out of his hands. And he didn't look good in that match. He got the fall, but didn't look good. So I could tell his knee was bothering him, so we defaulted him out.
Pull him out and let him get healthy. Tate Delaney, 285 pounds, placed 7th for you. How pleased were you with that performance?
I was really pleased. The one match he lost, he was just outgunned, probably, But the other match he lost, he was in the match the whole match, and just made kind of a bonehead mistake and put himself on his back, and it was hard to dig out of a hole that big. It gets the kid that good. The kid's pretty good, so he did a great job. Coming back and finishing strong with the 7th place, and didn't really surprise me. He's wrestling really good right now. So
he seems to be really wrestling well right now.
So. Honestly, the whole team wrestled great. I mean, there was no complaints at all. Even guys that went 1-2 or 0-2, they still competed really hard, and that's all we ask for. Guys compete hard. I'm not concerned with wins and losses more than I am guys just going out there competing really hard. So.
Well, you got to be pretty happy though overall coming in and finishing 10th place in what looks like a fairly rugged tournament.
Yeah,
a lot of Midwest teams,
Yep.
Some great wrestling programs there. And, last year you had one guy, you had an 8th place last year. Now you got a 7th place, a 4th place, and a 2nd place.
Right.
It's got to be a really good benchmark for your program to see that you're making that kind of strides in just the second year.
It is. And, we have guys getting falls, too, getting pins, which is, it's awesome. That really helped us out. And I think at one point we were in fourth place, tied for 4th place
Really?
as a team. Wow. Yeah, and I knew we'd probably settle back into where we are, and but this is a great indicator, great for our guys to see that what hard work does and why we do what we do. I think they were fired up to see that they can compete with these guys. They're as good as anybody.
And you want these guys. You want you guys being ready for the end of the year to get ready for a shot at the NCAA tournament.
Right.
Talking about the NCAA tournament, let's switch gears a little bit. Ferrum has been awarded the bid. We'll be hosting the NCAA Division III East Regional up at the Berkman Center in Roanoke. How exciting was the team to hear that type of news?
I think they're really fired up. Just to anytime you get to wrestle in front of your home crowd. Not a lot of our parents and stuff could have made it up to the Pennsylvania Regional last year. This year, I think it's nice because we're in Virginia. It's going to help. I think it's going to help recruiting, get our recruits to the regional tournament, and I think we're starting to round in shape and peak at the right time. So I think we're going to have a great regional tournament. I think so.
Well, we went up to the Berkman Center last week, formerly known as the Roanoke Civic Center, just off of 581 in Roanoke. Beautiful facility. It's going to have 6 mats and a warm-up mat, head table area. We'll be interviewing athletes as they come off in the final round, the 1st and 2nd and 3rd and 4th place matches. Sounds like it's going to be a great venue to have a championship type event. This is an NCAA qualifier, so your top 3 in each weight class. Is that right?
Right. Yep. Top 3.
They move on to the NCAA championships.
Yep.
Okay. Good. Do the guys feel pretty good about their chances being so close to home and everything?
Yeah, I do. I think they're we're more concerned about this weekend, and when regionals comes up, we'll start get ready for that.
Sure.
We try to take it just one weekend at a time. But I think our guys. It's hard to block that out. I think they're excited about it, and that's. You hate to say that's what the year's all about, but it really is. Everything's a test for the regionals, and even the regionals is a test for the NCAA tournament.
Right.
That's why I wanted to have it in an arena, much like the one we have at the NCAA tournament, to prep our guys for that atmosphere that's going to be there.
So we're pretty excited about it and everything. All things are moving forward with that. We had that nice meeting with the folks at the Berkman Center last week, and Larry Hall, the Roanoke Valley Wrestling Association, is helping out with running the tournament. So we're excited about how well this is all going to start coming together. We got plenty of time to put things in order.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about what you got this weekend. You got a couple dual meets down in North Carolina.
Right. So Friday we wrestle UNC Pembroke at 6 p.m. and then at 8 p.m. we wrestle Long Island Post. Both Division II schools. Obviously Pembroke's kind of a rival of ours, and lost them twice last year, close. And this year we're hoping to turn the tables. And they're senior laden. They got 3 or 4 really good seniors on their team, and namely their 41 pounders, the returning national champ. And then they're 74, I think, is 3rd or 4th in the country right now.
So this is a powerhouse program, UNC Pembroke. They've been strong for a long time. Your assistant coach Brandon Bradley wrestled for them when he was in college for 4 years. So we know it's a strong program. They won the Virginia Duels last year, and then I think they won it again this year. Correct?
Right. Yep. Back to back. Yep. So they're we just got to wrestle really well. We're a little banged up, a little sick, and it's a little bit of adversity. You got to push through that, and this will say a lot about who we are as a team, how well we compete. Because we got in late. We got in like 4 a.m. on Tuesday morning.
You got stuck in there, exactly. A couple days, huh?
Didn't really get to train too hard, and but it is what it is. And hopefully our guys respond. So their backs have been against the wall before, and they've come through in a big way. So I have a lot of confidence in them.
Sure. Well, we're looking forward to talking with you again next week. A little bit about a wrap-up from the weekend with Pembroke and Long Island.
Yeah, and then we wrestle St. Andrews on Sunday.
So you got 3 matches over the weekend. So you guys are real road warriors, all on the road.
All on the road. And then we come back here and we wrestle. It's gonna be a huge match against Liberty on Thursday at 7:30 p.m. here at our place. And
strong program this year, aren't they?
Yep. I'm trying to want to really market it, and I'm hoping to it'd be nice to get 1,000 people here, 900 people here. So
it's on a Thursday night.
Thursday night. Yep.
So that should be a great night to have a wrestling match at college. So folks, Thursday night. That's Thursday night, February 11th.
Yep.
Thursday night and everything. Come on down to Sports Gymnasium.
February 12th. Yeah.
Come on down to Sports Gymnasium. Starts at 7 o'clock.
7:30 p.m.
You should see yourself a great college wrestling match.
Yep, there should be some awesome matchups. So
great. Well, Well, we'll talk with you next week, Nate.
Yep.
Thank you for being here with us.
Thanks, Gary.
Folks, thanks for being with us here, and join us next week for another episode of Ferrum Wrestling 411.